This week on Gen B TV, we're going to expose the truth behind beauty products. We've also got a special interview with Carrie Grand Cosmetics. Carrie Grand herself is here to talk about her story and help us find true beauty products. You know, the kind that don't cause cancer. Welcome to today's show. I'm Jen Boulden with Gen B TV, a weekly web show that provides fresh thinking on green living. We do the research for you, test out the products in our own lives, and then bring you just the best of the best in 5 minutes or less. It's now time to tune in and be turned on to a whole new way to think about beauty products. Here's why today's topic matters. Number one, beauty isn't all pretty. Our skin absorbs 60% of what we put on it, and from carcinogens to toxic additives, it ain't pretty. Number two, there's very little regulation in this beauty care industry. Therefore, cosmetic companies can put just about anything they want into the products, and you know what? They're putting some scary stuff. Number three, your spending power matters. You know, in the US, us women spend over $27 billion annually on beauty products. So vote with your dollars. Primping and prepping are part of our daily routine. Every single day we're putting on lots of different products, but do we know what we're putting on and do we know what we're exposing our bodies to? Believe it or not, the beauty industry has some serious dark spots. Did you know that 1 in 5 personal care products contain chemicals that are linked to cancer? Sodium chloride, acetate, what? Here's a tip. Don't buy it if you cannot pronounce the ingredient list. Number two, no federal oversight means that the US Food and Drug Administration does not regulate cosmetics, even though whatever we put on our skin kind of eats it. About 60% of it goes into the bloodstream. Also, there's no regulation on the terms non-toxic, organic, all natural when it comes to cosmetics. So you need to be able to read the labels. However, it gets really confusing really fast, but we have an app for that. With 10,500 beauty care product ingredients, no one could keep it straight. That's why this Skin Deep app is one of my most favorite apps of all time. You just type in the product or scan the barcode when you're in the store, and it gives you a ranking. Love! Number three, your purchasing power. Never forget that voting at the cash register can lead to big changes. Case in point, when I started testing these eco products over about 8 years ago with Ideal Bite, there weren't that many on the market. Now there are hundreds more. And I haven't tested them all, but I've tested a lot, and I admit I don't love them all. However, here are some that have made the cut. I chose these for their amazing ingredients, their feel and smell on my skin, and because they actually work. Now, my latest and greatest true eco beauty find is called Kari Gran Skin Care. They are amazing. I had to call Carrie up and invite her on, so she's gonna give us the inside scoop about how to stay beautiful inside and out.
You know, I think the mother of all invention is when you can't find something that you want on the open market.
Yep.
So for me, when I took chemicals out of my beauty routine, I couldn't find anything that I liked the smell of, that I liked the way it felt, that I liked the way it looked. And so I made it for myself and I shared it with a friend who's now my business partner. You know, a lot of times with lotions, you hydrate, but then that feeling's gone after a short period of time, and that's because they are about 80% or more water.
Interesting.
And once you add water to a formulation, you have got to preserve it, or mold and bacteria will.
And preserve it with parabens usually. You,
Parabens,
of course, don't.
Right, I do not. I do not, because parabens are what are known as endocrine disruptors. Almost every bodily function, from cell formation to organs to tissue formation, growth, metabolism, reproduction, is governed by your endocrine system.
Right, and a lot of these chemicals that are in our conventional beauty products are endocrine disruptors, right? Which has been linked to cancer and other diseases.
Cancer, disease, thyroid primarily,
like
because
yours.
of the thyroid controls, is the master regulator of your metabolism and protein formation and oxygen distribution in your cells. What people don't know is the word fragrance is trade protected.
Yeah.
And so it can mean up to thousands of chemical compounds. And so if you have any sensitivities to things like you do when you're pregnant, and some people do all the time, you can't isolate what it is that you're bothered by. But with essential oils like you like so much in the serum,
yeah,
it's plant-based, and it's all natural, and it comes from Mother Nature, and so it smells really great. I think there are two categories that you could really focus on.
Okay.
You know, what you might eat, so lipstick.
Yes.
You know, stay away from the lead in the lipstick. And then the second one would be your body products that in terms of like a lotion or a cream, because that's covering the square footage is like, yes,
especially my square footage right now.
You know, the list is long of chemicals that we can live without, but if you can start and like lean into a few that you strategically look for every time you look at a label, I think you're like so far ahead of the game.
And we are so far ahead of the game because of having found your product. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Number 1, avoid parabens, formaldehyde, and synthetic fragrances. Number 2, download the Skin Deep app. Do your research in just 2 seconds while in the makeup aisle. Number 3, vote with your wallet. Support the companies that aren't using harmful chemicals or testing on animals. So now we know how to enhance our natural beauty in the natural and smart way. Remember, consumer choice is driving change. And with this one, with so much money spent on personal care products, we have a lot of power to signal that we will not stand for cancer-causing ingredients, endocrine disruptors in our personal care products. Stop by genbtv.com for a list of ingredients to avoid and also to get the scoop on all of my favorite products. Thanks for caring, thanks for sharing, and we'll see you next week. We do the resourceful.
Jen! Why didn't you tell me what's in this bottle?